Hey guys, we're going to post a video on how to determine the variable in these equations where we are trying to identify each measurement of each angle inside of a polygon. All right, so this diagram shows a convex polygon, which is actually a triangle, which has a total number of 180 degrees. So the interior angles will add up to 180 degrees. So if we're trying to figure out what P is inside that 2P there, we're going to want to add these three things together and make them equal to 180 degrees. So 33 plus 93 plus 2P equals 180 degrees. So the first thing I do is combine my like terms. So I'm going to combine my terms that do not have a P first. So 33 plus 93. And that would be 126. And then I'm going to add it back to my 2P equals 180. I'm trying to get that P alone, so I'm going to subtract 126 from both sides. 180 minus 126, so is 4, 5, 54. So 2P equals 54. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 2 to find out what my P is. So 54 divided by 2 is 27 equals P. And so I would, if I was going to try to figure out what this angle actually is, I would multiply 27 times 2 to figure out what that is, and that would be 54, as we know. And then I can check to make sure that they definitely add up to equal 180. 54 plus 33 plus 93. This is going to be 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 3 is 13. Plus 5 is 18, and that's 180. You can tell that it was done correctly that way. All right, so we know that the angles in this problem are 50 degrees, 8C, and 58 degrees. We know that the three interior angles of a triangle equal 180 degrees. So we are going to add all of these up to equal and set them equal to 180. 50 plus 58 plus 8C equals 180 degrees. All right, so I'm going to add 50 plus 58 because those are the like terms. 8C is not a like term. And I'm going to get 108 plus 8C equals 180. I'm going to subtract 108 from both sides. I'm going to get 72 equals 8C. And now I'm going to divide both sides by 8. C equals 9. In order to make sure that's right, I can multiply that back out. 8 times 9 equals 72. And add up these three sides, 72 plus 58 plus 50, to make sure they equal 180. 8 plus 2 is 10, put down the 0, carry the 1. 5 plus 5 is 10, 7 plus 1 is 8, 180 degrees. So if this shows a regular quadrilateral, and we are trying to determine what x is, we know that the interior of a quadrilateral, the interior angles equal 360. So there's two ways to go about doing this. We could say that 4 x's equals 360 and divide both by 4. And 360 divided by 4 equals 90 degrees. So we would know that x equals 90 degrees. Or we could just say that in a regular quadrilateral, we know that there are 4 right angles, like a square, and that those would all equal 90 degrees. So if this diagram shows a regular polygon, first we need to determine how many sides it has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 sides equals an octagon. And we know that an octagon has interior angles that measure a total of 1,180 degrees. That means that each angle, if we divide that by 8 total, is going to equal 135 degrees, which means that if a regular polygon has 8 sides and one angle equals 135 degrees, they all will, to equal a total of 180 degrees. So it's the same as 8x equals 1080 degrees. Divide both sides by 8 and we'll get x equals 135 degrees. So here we have a polygon that is not a regular polygon, and we have all 4 sides. Well, we know that a 4-sided shape has interior angles that equal 360 degrees. So all we have to do is add up each of those angles. So I have 2s plus 2s, that's this one here, plus 2s, that's this one here, plus 72, and that's that one there, equals 360 degrees. Now I'm going to combine my like terms, which are my 2 s's. They could be any kind of s's, but these are all 2, and that will give me 6s plus 72 equals 360 degrees. I'm going to get rid of my 72 on both sides, and I'll have 6s equals 360 minus 72. And I'm going to do some mental math here, and that is 288. I believe. I'm going to double check my math over here because I don't have a calculator handy. Yep. All right, and then I'm going to divide both sides by 6. And 288 divided by 6. Again, I did not have a calculator handy, which was kind of silly to start this way. But I'm going to do that on the computer now. 288 divided by 6. And I'm going to get s equals 48. So if it would ask you what s equals, we would know s equals 48. But if it asked you what one of these would equal, we would have to do the math. So 2 times 48 equals 96. And then let's just double check that that would work, because if each of these were 96, 96 plus 96 plus 96 plus 72. I'm going to put that in on my calculator. 96 times 3 is 288 plus 72. And that gives me 360. So we know we're correct. I hope that video was a little bit helpful. Please reach out if you need more help. I am happy to do so.